Father's house, welcome to church.
Yes, from your home to this home, we're so glad that you're closing out the year with us. Yesterday was Christmas.
Yeah, yesterday was Christmas. How's yours?
It was fantastic. Got a lot of buyer's remorse right now.
Yeah, that's
okay.
why we have Boxing Day. You know what I mean?
That's
and here we are.
Canadian thing. So if
Yeah,
you're joining us from Canada, happy Boxing Day.
Yeah,
here we
great.
call it Let's Return Everything That We Bought Day. But
Yeah.
we're making hot cocoa.
We're making hot cocoa. Hey, if you were at church on the 19th, you went home with a box to help you through this service. There's so many different things inside of that box that we're going to be using today. One of those things is hot cocoa.
That's right. So get that hot cocoa cooking.
And Luke, this happens
Gather
to be
the
my
family
secret
around, may
recipe.
I please?
This is a secret recipe.
Is
Old
it?
family secret. Yep. Swiss Miss.
Swiss Miss.
Yeah.
Are you Swedish?
Nope, but it is very good hot
Okay,
chocolate.
but it has a
So-
secret ingredient.
Yeah,
I
the secret ingredient
understand.
is French vanilla creamer, church. Just
Okay,
so you know.
so if you got some at home,
that is the
add
best way
it
to make
in.
cocoa. Make cocoa right now.
That's
Get some for your kids. It
fantastic.
really is healthy.
all right, we're going to add some toppings to this, but we're going to enjoy some church together, a little bit of worship, an encouraging message from our pastor.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, it's going to be a great service. Let's
All right,
go enjoy
let's
it
go.
together.
He is holy and reigns with splendor, our God, Yahweh, sovereign King and full of wonder, our God, hey, Yahweh, you say Yahweh, Yahweh, be praised, Yahweh, Yahweh, be praised, Yahweh, oh yeah.
Matchless power, unending Yahweh, Yahweh, be praised. Yahweh, be praised. Yahweh, be praised. Yahweh.
The song we just sang celebrates one of the many names for God, which is Yahweh. Isn't it amazing that the God of the universe, the God that flung every star into the heavens, invites us into personal conversation with him? This Christmas, we are going to practice that together as a family, having conversations with God.
Yes, and last Sunday, you should have received a Christmas box from the church. Go ahead and look for that Christmas box.
Looks like this.
Inside the Christmas box, there is a ornament craft kit. We're gonna go ahead and build it together. So if your kids are not in the room, you have to go grab them right now.
And listen, if you weren't at church or you didn't get a box, it's okay. We're gonna also show you how to make this craft with tons of different items that you have in your home. What you need is a regular piece of paper, some scissors, some rubber bands, and any type of container. It could be an extra ornament, it could be a mason jar, or it could be any box that you have laying around the house. So what we're gonna do first, step one, Carlos is gonna show us. You are first gonna take out your prayer papers. And if you're at home, you're just gonna cut up little pieces of paper like this. And you're gonna take them out, and every single member of your family is gonna write down a prayer that they have for 2022. Carlos, what kind of prayers are you writing down?
Oh, this is easy. So we just got a new puppy, a boxer puppy, Winnie the Pooch. I know you're watching. She needs to be potty trained. And I mean, I kid you not, like that's the prayer for all of 2022.
Okay, so maybe you have prayers for your pets or not, but you're gonna write them down, you're gonna roll them up, and you're gonna put the ring on top. Now, if you're making this at home, you're gonna secure it with your rubber band so it looks like this. After you're done writing your prayer requests down, you're gonna go ahead and slide them in the ornaments. And of course, if you're at home, you can put them in your mason jar or any box that you have available. And as you put them in the ornament, you can find, if you're at home doing this without a box, you can put some Christmas decorations, maybe some tinsel. But if you're using the Christmas box, you can go ahead and put your tinsel in there to make it look pretty and special. And when you're all done, you're gonna put it together on the tree and maybe talk about, as a family, what kind of prayer requests you have together for 2022. And here's the best part. After you're all done, you're gonna pack your Christmas ornament away or your mason jar, and next year, in 2022, you're gonna take them out and talk about together the prayer requests that you had 1 year ago and see what God has done.
I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Wasn't holding you up, so there's nothing I can do to lay you down. It doesn't take a trophy to make you proud. I'll never be more loved than I am right now.
Going through a storm, but I won't go down. I hear your voice carrying in the rhythm of the wind to call me out. You would cross an ocean, so I wouldn't drown. You've never been closer than you are right now. Jireh, you are enough. Jireh, you are enough. And I will be content.
Every circumstance,
Every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough. know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved more than I can imagine. God is love. I know I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved. That is
circumstance. Jireh, you are enough.
It's so great to be with you in this moment. It's such an honor to just rest in this beautiful presence. And wherever you are, I was contemplating what I could share with you just for a few moments. And I wrote this down in my journal. And as you lean in, it's been a great season of Advent. And there's something about this Christmas that I just didn't want my heart to forget. I think our hearts can never be reminded enough of Emmanuel, a God who is with us, the manifestation of a hope that stepped into chaos, who stepped into darkness, fully God, fully man. This is a season where we are reminded Jesus came to reconcile all of creation back to this trajectory of shalom and peace. And sitting in this room just surrounded by lights and those I love and all these candles, I think back to the darkness of the creation story. And I'm reminded of the Spirit of God that hovered over the chaos, the emptiness, the void, the brokenness, and spoke life and light. And that same Spirit is in this room, in your room, hovering over our lives and hovering over our circumstances. He is light, Emmanuel, God with us. And so at Christmas time, probably like you, I light extra candles and I have lights everywhere because let's face it, light makes you smile and light makes you comfortable and it's reassuring. And light is also very much a part of my personal resistance to our long winters up here in the northeast of America, where it gets dark very early, and I tend to light my candles around 4 p.m. And I guess what I'm trying to say is humans don't really like dark. And I was reflecting on my kids when they were little. They were always so afraid of the dark. And, if you are a parent of a little one, that night routine when they, just trying to delay sleep time. My kids would always say, "Mom, we're just so afraid of the dark." And I remember going out and buying these fun night lights. Do you remember that, darling? And they'd cast these shadows onto the wall. And Pierre, my husband, who was always dubbed the fun parent, he would kind of go into their rooms and then do little shadow puppet shows with them for hours, and it would kind of defeat the purpose of me trying to get them to bed. And then I would come in, the practical parent, and I would turn the light on, and I remember saying, "It's only scary, my darlings, when you cannot see what is around you. And when we can't see what is around us, our imaginations make us worry about things that aren't even there." And so as I sit around this Christmas, as I sit around lights and tables and moments, the concept that Jesus is the light, it just kind of hits me in a whole new way this year. And I'm reminded that the darkness does not and cannot win, even when everything else around me says otherwise. And somewhere in the middle of about 2018, I started this ritual where every night we'd go in our room and I light a little tea light candle every single night. And I've been doing that, and I did quick math, And it amounts to about 1,250 tea lights that I've burnt. I haven't skipped a night. Even when we're traveling, I travel with a little tea light candle. And so last night, when I fell asleep, we'd stayed up quite late and later than usual. And so I was lying in bed and watching my little tea light candle snuff out. And I was looking at this little trail of smoke kind of just going up, into the night air. And I remembered how I used to comfort my little ones in the dark. And I actually whispered to myself, Marlies, the dark is only scary because you can't see what is around you. And the truth is that God is still God, whether the lights are on or off. Emmanuel, God with us. And so what is so transforming about Christmas this year, and every year, I guess, is that often for about 364 days out of the year, we're tempted to forget. We're tempted to forget and be lured into believing that God is far off and He's unengaged and He's somehow forgotten us. But Christmas is this marker. It's this moment. It's this season where we are reminded that He's never left our side. He's always there. He's with us in the thick of life. He's with us in the darkness. And instead of whispering these whispering from heaven, He's here. Jesus actually dives into the muck of our world and He heals. He's the God who is with us. He heals, He thirsts, He protects, He provides, He teaches, He holds, He weeps. Our God weeps. Our God feels. Our God hurts. And so as you sit around the lights and the candles, this season, and you reflect on the year past, and you hope for all that is to come in the next year, I'm reminded that Jesus became flesh. He became flesh, an embodied hope that we can live in. It's so much different. It's not just superficial optimism. Even in the midst of suffering and circumstances, we are invited and given the capacity to dream and hope and anticipate a future. And it's this embodied hope that allowed me last night to not only look forward to what's coming, but to actually look back, even to that which seemed a little hidden in the dark, and surrender it and bless it. And so as we are anticipating, 2022, last night in the dark, I lay in my bed and I said these words, I bless the good. I bless the change. I bless the difficult. I bless the goodness. I bless the heartache. I bless all that we accomplished. But I also bless all that we didn't accomplish. I bless the limitations, acknowledging His presence that never leaves. And so in these next few moments as we worship and we're just together in this beautiful presence, can I invite you to acknowledge the presence of this light, even in the midst of some really dark and scary times. Hope requires our participation, our imagination, our eagerness, but even our surrender. And if we are being called by God to hope in Him, then it has to be a fully embodied hope. Not just a hope that says, when things get better, or when we turn the light on, but the hope of what our hearts most deeply long for, and that is the presence of God, Emmanuel, God with us.
You know, that is so impactful when we can land the very anchored thought that God is with us. Because for many of us, we feel God is so removed, but you know what's so strange about shadows? That it moves. Just when you inhabit a shadow with light, it moves. And for many of us sitting here, I think this time of the year, we all feel that the last week feels like the longest year of our entire life. And in a strange way, I think for many of us, our truth that we need to catch is that God is with us. But for others, the God that is with you has thoughts over you. And it's so interesting for me. I have caught the truth that God is with me, but then the shadow shifts. And on Tuesday, I went into the chapel at our 715 campus across the road, and I sat there, and I couldn't help but go through the year like we all do. And the shadow that visited me is that I do enough. Is God happy? The God that is with me, does He rejoice over me? Or does He feel what I feel after a second round of a very long season of change and interruption? Have you ever sat with the Bible and you're so scared to open the Old Testament because you may land on something that says, you were really terrible this year. Therefore, and I decided I'm not. The shadow has just shifted in my soul in a different way because I was just simply asking the question, did I make you proud, God? And I think in this season, we all may feel, God, did I do enough? And I opened the Bible, I thought, where could I go where I would find kind words? And I thought, how bad can Peter be? And I opened the Bible in the book of Peter. Now the Bible is thick. You don't land by chance in anything. And as I opened it, I read these words. This has been a tough season and a trying time. And I go like, yes. But don't you understand that it's the testing of your faith that is more precious to God than anything else? It's gold put through fire. And in that moment, I go like, not only is He here, but He's the one who feels me, loves me, and understands me. The God that's for me, not against me. And I think more than anything, I want to hook onto this beautiful reminder that Marlise spoke over our hearts. He's with us. He's in our muck. He's in the closet where the ghosts are. He's in the vast emptiness. But the one that is with us is for us. And hey, even if you're going through a tough time right now, the refining of our faith, you know what the phrase is that I love? Even though you have not seen me for a while, you still believe. So if God feels far, keep believing. If God feels removed, He is God with us. So this Christmas season, not only is He with you in your home, He is for you in your home. And His thoughts over you are good. May the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ and the love of the God who loves you be with you. Oh, may His peace be all surrounding, and whatever the future holds, may fill our heart with laughter. Be blessed. Be blessed, church.
our chief cornerstone. No other foundation can we build upon. No philosophy, nor the wisdom of a man. All other ground is sinking sand. Upon this rock we build your church, and the gates of hell will not prevail. When we bind and loose, we proclaim your truth, and in Jesus' name we will not fail. We'll never fail.
Crucified, raised up from the dead. Yeah, led captivity captive. It is finished. Oh, he gave us the key. His authority. Now we are joined heirs to the praise of His glory, glory. Upon this rock you build your church, and the gates of hell will not prevail. When we bind and loose, we proclaim your truth, and in Jesus' name we will not fail, never Build your church, build your church, build it from the ground up. It's your church, build your church, build your church, build it from the ground up. We're your church, build your church, build your church, build it from the ground up. It's your church, build your church, build your church, build it from the ground up. It's your church, build your church, build your church, build it from the ground up. It's your church.
Well, church, what a phenomenal service. Luke, it was awesome.
Yes, it was. Thanks for closing out the year together. No matter whether you're here right in Rochester with us or across the world online, we are so glad that you are here to close out the year.
Yeah.
And 2022 is coming. But before it does,
Yeah, we are on our last official Sunday of our Christmas offering. It's an incredible opportunity to support the house. We're rebuilding the church together. You can go to tfhny.org/give.
that's right. And 2022, we are starting off with practicing the ways of Jesus. We're doing that together. So whether you picked up a box last weekend from church, there's a fold out in that box as well as online. We are going to be going on this journey together throughout the month that is going to start the year right for you and for your family. It is going to be a great year. I'm excited about 2022.
Yeah, 2022 is going to be amazing. It kicks off next week, January 2nd, right at our church, 9 and 11. Luke, it's been a great year.
Has. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
See you, church.